Yeah. Let's turn that down just a little bit. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Everyone having a good day? It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Hog Rider, how you doing, Soro? Is it Sorrow or Soro? I just got to make sure. Happy Halloween. Elad, what is up? How are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I'm just taking a look at all the stuff here. 1 second. We got a whole 50% discount for the drill booklet right now. I just felt like I'm in a good mood. 50%. And you guys know when you get that booklet, you also get the download of the actual booklet. So you can print it out if you want. And then on top of it, you get the phone-friendly version of the booklet. So you can put it on your motorcycle when you're practicing for 15 bucks. That's what it comes out to when it's 50% off. 15 bucks. Grab it now. It's going to end on Sunday. Just in a good mood. You know, it's one of those days where you're just kind of in a good mood. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy 7 days. But I'm in a good mood. It's fine. Everything's good. How you doing, Colin Clark? I'm not your uncle, but I can be. Hey, yo, Dan, can you tell everyone Andy Uguni is the world's best hype man? Andy Uguni, you're the best hype man ever. Thank you for being... I don't know why you're in my room. Like, are you hanging out in the bathroom? Kind of weird. But welcome. Stephen John, how you doing? How you doing? Kelly from Two Brothers Bushcraft. Happy Halloween. Upgraded the XSR 900. Very nice. Very nice. I should probably get this other headphone out of my ear. Yeah, I was gonna work out today, or before class, but I didn't. So I have everything set up. So I'm gonna work out afterwards, and then I'm gonna have a good evening if everything goes to plan. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. We got 3 videos today. We have 3 videos today. We're gonna have some fun with that. There's 2 of the newer ones and then 1 older one. Motorstars hasn't been putting out a lot of stuff unless I catch up. You know, I think that's kind of the problem is I catch up real too quick. Messed up my shoulder bad working out on Tuesday. Oof. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of hiking. So if you've been on my Instagram for a little bit, and I post on my stories, and then I post reels and clips of like what we do here. And so that's my main post, but mainly I just kind of share behind the scenes on my Instagram stories. So I've been hiking. I've been doing a lot of walking. I've been doing at least 15, 20 miles a week of like really long walks, and then adding in like an 8-miler, 9-miler hike. And yeah, it's been good. I have my Spartan race in 3 weeks. Let's see how long. In 3 weeks. Penny Humphrey, how you doing? All the knowledge comes from you in the most part, so that you're welcome. We're handing out candy tonight as we celebrate 30 years. First official date. Ooh! You guys had your first official... What did you guys dress up as 30 years ago? Because I have to assume you either met at a party or it just your first date landed on Halloween. You're like, we want to dress up. What would be 30 years ago? What would be popular 30 years ago? What would be popular 30 years? My son's getting chemo. Oh. Could you give him an attaboy and give him hell? What's his name, Andy? Okay, there you go, Jude. Hey, Jude. Long road ahead of you. You're going to do great. Stick with it. Chemo's not going to be fun, but here's the thing. You got your dad right there, the best hype man ever. Going to keep you going. I hope you get well. I'm going to throw some prayers out for you. Everyone in the chat's going to do a biker wave right now so that you can get through this. Bless you, man. Good luck. Rooting for you. Moozy, rookie numbers. Dan will walk 10 miles a day. UK. Oh, geez. There's the biker wave. I gotta put the biker wave in there. If you're a YouTube member, you get a biker wave. There we go. There we go. Got some bike waves in the chat. Keep being, you know what? Don't be my Andy. Don't be my best. Don't be my hype man for this whole chemo thing. Be his hype man. I'll give you some time off, some PTO. You don't have a lot of sick leave, but you know what? You can go ahead and take some time off. You can go ahead and go straight to that. That's your job now. Hog Rider. Oh, it's for YouTube members, the green peoples. It's only $1 a month. But if you can, just do like a thumbs up if you can't do a biker wave. Could have swore you were a YouTube member at one point. There you go, Hog Rider. All right, guys, you guys want to head to the classroom? We're going to head to the classroom. Hopefully Jude likes donuts. So, Andy, go ahead and grab a whole tray full of donuts because we're going to do that. Yeah, sorry, no Europe. No international shipping for the drill booklet. Once I get this academy done, I'm going to really look into that because I know a lot of you guys like stuff and you're from different countries. But I'll see you guys in the classroom. I'm going to take my elevator. There we go. Yeah, no, I tried international shipping. The story of that was I've tried international shipping. Everybody wanted it. It costs a little extra with the plan that I have. And then like only 2 people in like 2 months ordered from overseas. And so it cost me money to do that. So it just, yeah. So the digital booklet you can get internationally though. So it's just physical stuff. So my goal is to really start putting out more digital stuff. That's why I'm doing the online academy, is because that's all digital, so it can be open to everybody. And then I can have downloads in there and all the other stuff. And then you guys can print it out if you want. So the digital booklet, and I think that how much is that? It's like $15 for the digital. And it's an instant delivery. But if you get the drill booklet itself, it comes with that too. So as soon as you purchase, boom, you get an email, and then you have to wait for me to ship it out. Do we have Casey in class? You over there somewhere? Just double checking, making sure. So let me go ahead and get the pen out. We got the pen. How you doing, Joseph Ford? Elad, thank you for and Freezer, thank you. I love it having it. You're able to have it on the on your phone mount. You can practice, and after a while, you memorize it, so you don't really have to look at it. And so that's a lot of fun. My goal is to have the Smart Rider games, and it's just going to be like the easies and moderates, some of the moderates. That way you don't have to memorize it. It's like a huge design. And then we go for speed. So I'm going to be filming that. I got to film, I think I'm going to refilm friction zone and braking. And then I got shifting. And then after that, it's the games. Yeah, I wish I could get the cones. The supplier hasn't. I got to talk to somebody. I got to talk to a manufacturer to get the supplier going. But 5 tennis balls cut in half? You got 10 cones. Boom, right there. Just got your new beginner bike, a 2024 Hayabusa. Jeez. Airbag jeans, I'm interested in those. Yeah, tennis balls cut in half. Boom, done. Done. And they stay still. And they're bright neon green, basically. You can see it, and then if you run it over, they're not going to slide from underneath you. It's going to be a little bit of a bump, but they collapse also. So it's pretty cool. I like it. That's what I use. And I think I might just do that. Maybe I'll just get like a professional tennis ball cutter and just buy a ton of tennis balls and then put my name on it. Would you? I mean, I get it. Tennis balls are cheap, but would you buy that? Obviously, I had to like mark it up a little bit because I have to like I have to cut the tennis balls, do all that stuff. But maybe if I put like my logo on, I don't know. with one of those big paper cutters. Yeah, so I've done it with a box cutter. You just like cut a hole in it and you can start pulling it apart, but then it creates like this jagged edge on a lot of that stuff. I want to get one of those basically like a really strong, like a rope cutter, like a Kermantle rope cutter, where it's basically just melts the rope. But I want to get something like that. Hopefully that would work. But if not, then like maybe like a saw of some sort. Just got a second bike, and Indian Springfield Dark Horse has been. Oh, Indian Springfield Dark Horse is nice. That's nice. Guys, let's get to 100 likes. You know how this is. If we don't hit 100 likes, these donuts stay here. These donuts. Justin's Moto Vlogs, 28 months. Welcome. Love the channel, man. Thank you so much. Hey, if you guys are members and you get like where it says like the little monetary sign, like the dollar sign, I think if you click that and if you've been a member for a long time, it can show like how long you've been a member. Like you might have a celebration thing. I would love to see those things. Save them for when we hit the record button and we start the class. This way, like it will be in the video coming up. So these videos will go out this weekend. I did 2 extra last week, and so one of them will go out tomorrow, and one of them will go out Monday. But I have 3 videos going out. Oh shoot, I got 3 videos today. Yeah, just save it. So I think you click that money, the monetary sign, and then it's either like a super chat or something. So you'll wait for, okay, and then it should say like celebrate. You've been here for however long, because like 28 months, 23 months, that's insane. Oh, Rocky Lewis, not good idea. It says free member chat. It says free. Okay. Something. There's gonna be something there. I forgot. I've been a member on a few other places for like 5-6 years now, and I always like doing that whenever I see them doing a live stream. 37 likes, guys. We used to be able to pull those numbers off, but at the end of the day, oh, somebody wants a replacement. I'm in a good mood. Let's see. Got a bunch of emails I gotta like. If I don't keep up on them, I have like 1,800 emails unread. Most of them are junk. Instagram collaboration, don't want to. Paid sponsorship, don't want to. Welcome, Creepy KO. Yeah, sign in, guys. 40. You know, we'll start at 50. We'll start at 50. Yeah, we got a Halloween special today, Car Geek. All right, so let's see. Once again, we have 50% off the drill booklet. That will be the call to action thing. That will be like what we're trying to get going at the beginning of these videos, and then we're just gonna kind of move on into the videos itself. But we're gonna get started real soon. Let's make sure. Come on, let's make sure this is actually 1080p. There we go. There we go. Let's do that. We're gonna hit that record button. We're gonna get started. I'm in a good mood. Welcome, Creepy KO. You got a nice little mustache right now. You get a beard at a month. You have to stay for a full month to get a beard. You're gonna dress up as Dan. I'm gonna dress up as shoot. I had it around the top of my head. Tom Segura. I'm Tom Segura this Halloween. Yeah, I'm gonna be Tom Segura. So I'm gonna try to play basketball, and I'm gonna break my arm. Yeah, I'm gonna break my arm and tear my ACLs. Tom Segura here today. That'd have been funny. Happy Halloween, everybody. 4 more likes. We're gonna get started. Let's see if we can get 100. Who will dress up as Max Risk? Uh, it'd be a really hard production to do. First, you need to get an ambulance, and then you need to get a crew to load you in the back of the ambulance, and then go to each house to get candy. That'd be hard. That'd be pretty difficult. He actually, a couple weeks ago, I usually don't talk about this kind of stuff because, not even a couple weeks ago, just like last week. I don't really talk about this stuff because, why? But he tried to like take down one of my videos. He did a copyright strike, and YouTube denied it. Like, he couldn't take it down. He said that I didn't. I basically just like watched his video, but then I looked at the video in question, and it's like I quite literally talked the whole time. There's one where he brake checked somebody in the corner. So it's funny. YouTube sent me the email saying that they denied it. Yeah, I had somebody, I think a couple weeks ago, or at the beginning of October, also, he actually got it copyrighted striked, but then I went through the process willing to go to court, and he just let it lapse. So that video's back up. So it's just, the things are going. All right, 50 likes. 50 likes. We got the pen out. We're going to get started right here. So I'm going to hit that record button. I'm going to hit the record button for the Instagram Reels because I got two little things playing right here. And then I'm going to edit some videos. I have something later tonight. I'm going to enjoy myself. And so I'm going to work out before that. Here we go. So, yeah, entity. We're going to start the video. Oh, my picture of my grandma just fell down. 1 second. Let me put it back up. There we go. All right, we know pizza today. We got donuts. All right, so 3, 2, 1. We're going to hit the record button. I'm going to turn the music down to 10%. So it's just kind of in the background. I'm not worried about the audio ducking on this one. We're just going to keep it going. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. We're going to be going over a MotorStars video, trying to figure out what happened, how it happened. But pause that before we get into it. This is 50% off right now. You get the digital version too. It's a download at the bottom of it. But yeah, so you're going to get that for 50% off using the link in the description. Automatic discount. Just have to click it, add it to cart, 50% off. It's basically 15 bucks. Go into parking lot practice, get better with your motorcycle, so we don't do a lot of these things.
In today's video, you will see
Let's take a look at this one.
situations that these riders
Oh, look at his wrist. It's just like fully.
the main cause of
We're going pretty fast. 130? You
from
think that's kilometers?
So,
Let's see.
That
Probably. So the chevrons, when they're closer together, so that's a little low side into the brick wall. When the chevrons are close together, that means it's super sharp. When they're spaced out, it means it's like a longer turn. But when they're closer together, that's pretty sharp. So what happened here, guys, what we're trying to do is figure out why people are crashing or having close calls, understanding and maybe doing a refresher of any of the classwork that we've ever done. So I do have an online academy, but we're building a new one. But if you've taken the MSF and all that stuff, you kind of know what you're supposed to do before an MSF is that you're supposed to slow look, press and roll, slow down before the turn. So we're not really, I mean, we slowed down a little bit, but we're going a little bit too fast for the turn. Maybe we set up the miles or the kilometers per hour dropped, but we're still kind of going fast.
Safe.
So now we're going to lean the bike super far down because we're also leaning it too. And then who knows? There could be gravel, low PSI, damage to the tire, bunch of different factors. Maybe we slam the front brake. Who knows? But this is what's called a low side. And so then we hit the wall. So usually trying to keep up with our buddies is going to put us in a bad position. We want to ride our own ride, use our skill set to offset any of the risk. But we didn't do that. So we crashed, we fell down. Thankfully, we have some type of guard for our engine. But then we hit our body. So part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case something like this happens so we can mitigate as many injuries as possible. Thankfully, he didn't hit the wall himself and like smashed his head in there. That would have been really bad. So his bike might be good because he's got all that crash protection. And he's listening to music, having some fun. But make sure you ride your own ride. You know, don't try to keep up with your buddy. Talk to him on your cardo. If you are a YouTube member with a milestone, make sure you guys go ahead and post that up. I'd love to see that. There we go, Blade of War. 29 months. Thank you for being here for 2.5 years.
Yep.
Woo-wee. Oh, that's him.
How I ended up in this situation.
Let's find out. Oh, geez. That might be copyrighted music, so we're not going to play with that. So we're going to come up to here. Soraro, welcome. 23 months, almost 2 years. One more year. Very nice. Happy Halloween, everybody. So we got a little crash right here. We're gonna be sliding across the ground. It's gonna be an issue when it comes to road rash. Hey, Freezer33, welcome. We're gonna have a bunch of people posting that up right now. So we're doing this live on a live stream. So he hits something. He hits something here. Looks like a lot of debris. Maybe somebody else crashed. Oh, look at that. Elad, welcome. 28 months. You guys are I'm just gonna have to just keep that going because we're trying to keep this this live stream going. So somebody else crashed, and now we're gonna go ahead and basically bounce over somebody's body. I hope not, actually. And that's gonna cause a lot of problems when it comes to maneuvering the bike. And there's the bucking over the top. So when we go over an obstacle, you do this in the MSF. But if you want to practice it like speed bumps in a parking lot, you're going to notice that when you hit that back tire hits, it's going to launch you up like that. So what they teach you is that you're going to lift your butt off the back or the seat and use your legs as kind of like a shock absorber. And that's what's going to happen here. Car Geek, welcome to the crew. Jeez, you guys are going crazy. Thank you so much for being here, guys. And so this is what it looks like when you don't lift your butt up, or if you hit a really hard bump, it's going to launch you up. So really lift your butt up. Use your legs as shock absorbers. That back seat's going to hit you in the butt when you're sitting up a little bit, but it won't knock you off like this. And so now we crashed on the ground. Oh, so that's not good. That's how that happened. That person did not do an emergency swerve. Remember, part of planning your ride is positioning for safety, locating that there's a car in front of you. That's a hazardous situation. It is a relevant threat if you're going to crash into it. So you're going to have to navigate that active threat and swerve your way out of it. I don't know what happened there. But he crashed, we crashed, everyone's having issues, and then we blew up and we're on fire. Let's get the sound back on. He ran over somebody else. It was weird. Okay, so here we go. Oh, a side of the cyclist. Well, now they're just kind of hanging out. You are in the way, buddy. Get out of here. At this point, don't worry about it. Oh, his pants fell down. Yeah, make sure you wear a belt. All right, moving on. Yeah, we're not going to deal with that. So just at that point, just kind of take off. Just take off. Just like that. Get out of there. All right. Oh, look at that lean angle. What do you think is going to happen here, everybody's pop quiz? Do you think it's going to be a low side, high side? He's going to actually make it. A car is going to come out. Maybe a comet is going to come from outer space and just hit him only. What do you think is going to happen here? What do you think is going to happen here? He's going to build some wings and fly off. Okay, so there's a little low side right there. So when you have your bike at that angle, I mean, look at that. There's no real reason to have it. I mean, look at the guy right here. This is a good angle. Moving the bike like that. You're just making an easy turn. Doing that, he's probably accelerating at the same time. We're basically using the sidewall as traction instead of the actual tire, like the whole tire. And it's just going to lose traction. So in order to have traction, you need weight on the tire. You start spinning that tire. You start turning. You start losing traction because you need traction for those things. It's just not good here. So there's going to be that low side. Take those turns nice and easy. There's no reason to really rush that. Okay, here we go. Great angle.
Reminder of how crucial the proper gear is.
I like that. It's a 360 camera. You can see it right here. That's pretty cool. So he's got some really good footage here.
Without any major issues.
Very nice. Let's see what happens here. So are we going to hit a road surface hazard, or these pretty easy? Oh, got a little air. A little air. So that's going to, let's see what happens. It could mess up. Oh, now his rear tire. Oh. I was going to say, it can mess you up and cause a little bit of a panic. So he is now in heaven. That's what heaven looks like. That's when the DMT really hits your pineal gland. Okay, so we got a little bit up, maybe panicked a little bit. At this point, we slammed the front brake, caught traction. And then we're going to go up and over. Okay, so what I was trying to get at here before he died, hopefully he didn't, but we're getting up to here. And then, like, you're going through little turns here, right? And then once this happens, you lose direction. Like, you can only go where your back tire is kind of taking you. You lose any type of turning, obviously, because the tire's not on on the ground. But then once we hear, because like once you're in the air, you're like, oh crap. And then once you get here, you have a turn coming up, you start panicking a little bit and you apply the front brake. And that's what it looks like happened here. Because then the front brake or the front tire compressed, suspension compressed, so more than likely slam that front brake in a panic because we have a turn coming up. You can see that right there. And then we went up and over because it actually gained traction. It's just a terrible situation overall. So try your best not to speed. I mean, we're going pretty fast here, 72 before a turn. And this is why we wear full gear, just in case. He's got leather, he's got gauntlet gloves, probably got a helmet. There's the helmet, full face helmet. Camera flew off though. Face shield flew off, but it's gonna protect as best as it can. There's the GoPro on his face. Okay. Oh, that's not a good look. At least we got some good footage there. Hopefully your spine is doing well. Yeah, I have a chin mounts for my stuff, but the old one fell off. Like I used to use Sugru and actually like pretty much put it on my helmet. I might go back to doing Sugru. It's more robust. Oh! How far did he slide? Okay, we're going to pull off because the goal is to rescue. So remain calm, ensure your own safety. Don't hit that. And then call 911. Stop any major bleeds. Call 911. Make sure somebody calls 911. There you go. I wouldn't worry too much about the bike. I'd be worrying about anybody colliding into me.
It was a motorcycle that split out. There's two passengers, a male and a female.
Why are you going so fast with a passenger?
It's okay, it's okay. Hey, bro, she's good, she's good.
Okay, everyone's good. They're walking. That's good. There's still going to be some injuries, just not... If they're walking, that's good. But still, there's going to be some injuries. So why do you think that happened? So we're coming up to here in a sharp turn. We're all having fun, going fast. Maybe it's the second date. They're not going to be a third one. Just kind of trying to impress people. But we're in that turn. We're going super fast. It's going to push us to the outside. Especially with a passenger, it's going to change up the dynamics of the bike. When it's just you, it's pretty easy to handle a lot of these things. But when you have that passenger, it's really going to make it to where braking's a little bit slower. Acceleration should be a little bit slower. But once you're at that higher speed, slowing down is a lot harder. And then we crashed into the side. Okay, so they did pretty good. Calling 911 right away, having their Cardo on their headset. You just dial 911. You can talk to them. Keep your helmet on. Make sure that you are remaining calm as best as possible, ensuring your own safety, because you don't want to get hit. Like if you get hit by a car, you can't rescue your buddy in his second date. Like you can't do that. So you don't want to be added to the problem. And then when you get to them, hopefully there's nothing going on. But if there's any external bleeding, you can stop that external bleeding. So good job on actually taking action, because a lot of people will say call 911 and then nobody does it. So I'm glad that somebody just took action. Another thing is that if you're on the interstate or a highway, one thing that you can tell the dispatcher, and they'll walk you through it. You can tell them what exit's coming up. If you're going eastbound, northbound, southbound, westbound, whatever it is, that helps out a lot for firefighters, because they'll just say we're on the interstate, and the firefighters and everybody will get on like the wrong side. It's really difficult. It's just much easier for us to get to you quicker. Another thing is that if you're like on a highway and it's not like this, tell them what mile marker that you just recently passed. Whenever I'm driving, I look for mile markers, and I'll keep a mental note. You know, I'll take a note of like every 2 miles, 2 mile markers or whatever. And so if something does happen, I can say, I just passed mile marker 37. Like I'm westbound on this. I passed mile marker 37. So that means I'm between 37 and 38. That helps out a lot. Just a little tidbit of information. Helps out.
She's okay, man, I know.
Okay, just don't come out if your lane is going 0 miles per hour. That's the open lane pattern, remember? They're stuck, so they're going to want to come out. Not a big deal. Recognize that. Don't go super fast through this because you're already... Okay, here's the thing. Is that you're already... We're lane splitting. But even if you're going like... He's going 53. Let's say we're going like 35. Like, you're still going faster than everybody on the road. Like, they're all stuck. And so when it comes to this, see what position we're in? When it comes to positioning for safety, move yourself over to this side. That way, if somebody does come out, you have this huge space cushion right here so that you can find an escape and do that. You know, you don't want to do it on the shoulder a lot because there's a lot of debris. But if you have to do an escape, do the escape and then get back on the road. But keep yourself having this space cushion in between any vehicles over here. That's that open lane pattern. Okay, so people see the open lane. They're stuck in a long line. I want to go in the open lane because that lane is moving. I'm going to do that. That's what people do. Recognize it. It's driver and rider behavior. Be careful. So good job with the brakes. Found the escape, so bought himself some time, moved off, moved back in. Did good. But don't get mad. Like, just understand that's going to happen. All right, so there we go. Hey, very nice. He told him to watch out. I like that. That was nice. Yeah, give him a little fist bump. Moto Crew DR. Here we go.
All because the rider definitely didn't keep a safe distance.
Okay, no safe distance. What's going to happen here? Oh, person behind you crashed. Didn't keep a safe distance. Hey, you got to watch out for merging traffic. Wasn't paying attention. Crashed into you. Okay, hopefully nothing bad happened. Got a nice little Indian jacket. Very good. Got GPS right there. I haven't seen a Garmin GPS in a while. What do you guys think? What do you think? I want to say this lane before the intersection is meant to turn left at the intersection. And then after the intersection, it is now his turn lane to turn left. That's how I feel. So like I feel like this is where you're supposed to turn left at the intersection. Because then here, because now it's a different color stripe, right? But good job moving out of the way, getting yourself, you're good. First chill group ride ends badly. Okay. This is a good looking camera. I wonder what camera he has. Uh-oh. Hey, it's an open lane pattern. But somebody's crashed. There's some debris on the road. So what are we going to do? Okay, careful with this. Uh-oh. Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. Everyone's off to the side. Very good. Okay, somebody's moving the bike over, but is this person doing okay?
Oh, the car pulled off.
Okay, so he seems to be doing fine. Sitting down is good.
Angry, so I'm just going to do more harm than good over there.
Okay. Too many chefs in the kitchen. Very good. Very good. All right, what do we got? Oh, dear. Good job with the emergency braking. Saw it in his peripheral.
In this case, it's pretty clear that speed was the main issue.
We're like running backwards.
It's like the rider lost focus and started braking way too late.
Okay. Oh, person behind us is coming up. Oh, a little too late. Oh, jeez. So maybe they saw it. Okay, what's this angle look like? Oh, so they did collide. So hopefully his left leg doesn't hurt. Why do we have it on Zoom?
Hold on.
It's like 10 frames a second here. So the person was accelerating pretty hard, not paying attention. What do you think when it comes to the MTC awareness stages? These are the mental models, the mental stages of what we're thinking and how we're doing things. Yeah, it's a white stage. We're kind of zoned out. The person in the back not really paying attention. White, then brown. Exactly. So brown stage is that you know you need to do something, but you panic. So you probably panic broke. So it's easy to jump from white stage zoned out and then go into brown stage. So there's the slamming of the brakes. Slam the rear brake. Not good. Not good. Let's see what happens next.
Oh, hell.
Oh, that's damaged. Moto Hornet 750. Okay, merge area, roundabouts. We see this all the time with the roundabouts. Oh, geez, found the escape. Good job. Not a big deal. Moto stars in this music. All right, let's take a look. Oh, geez. All right, let's go back to that. Oh, was in gear. They were in gear. So it's like, yeah, you know, they're talking to each other on their Cardo Pack Talk Edges or Pros. So we got them right here. There's a discount for 10% off in the description if you want that. But the drill booklet's 50% off, so you might want to get that. So it's like, yeah, we're having some fun. It's interesting because, like, if we're in first gear, maybe she just put it in gear right there with her leg. See, look at the leg. Right there. Just put it in gear. Because, like, her left hand is not on the clutch to hold it in. Is it a quick shift? Okay, so, and then right here with the hand, there it goes. Huh. Okay, so someone explained that the quick shifter allows you to be in gear without the clutch. Interesting. I don't have one. I don't need one. Which lane is mine? Okay. So they're going to turn right. This is not America, because this is interesting. This is like a left turner in America. Okay, they're supposed to stay in that far lane. That's our lane. That's fine. That's why I don't like, in America, the left lane stuff. This is the right lane turn. Or I'm sorry, left turn and then right turn. I don't like being side by side with other cars when I'm doing that. They have these slotted lines. You know? I don't want to be near it. I like to stay staggered. Because they do this all the time. They cross over. So just stay staggered. Pay attention. If they creep in your lane, if you're staggered, it's not a big deal. But if you're side by side, it's an issue. And sometimes they do take it. So if it is staggered, right? If it is staggered and they take it, it's still not a big deal. Yeah, double turn lanes they're kind of dangerous. People don't know how to do wide arc turns, you know? Here we go. What do we got here? Some wind noise? Ooh, somebody's in the middle lane. Not that big of a deal. We had a lot of space. Oh, jumping in front. So don't fight for it. Just kind of let them in, because then you have stuff like this happen. Just let them in. There we go. Some brake lights. Why are we having brake lights in the middle of the road, right? Oh, idiot right here. Good job slowing it down, seeing it ahead of time, and putting yourself in a new position for safety. Any side of the vehicles here? Usually happens at night. Here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. Switch lanes. You see how like jostly? I say jostly a lot, but you see how like he did that? So I wonder if he downshifted pretty hard. Let's see. I think I can see his gear indicator. So we're in third. Did he downshift hard? There's second gear. Yeah, so we downshifted from like in 50 miles an hour in third gear to 50 miles an hour in second gear, held in the clutch the rev bomb, and probably let out the clutch, and that's when it was just kind of like jerking on him. This is not a good look for me, doing that. Let's not do that anymore, Daniel. So doing that, what you can do is just slow it down and then get into the other lane. You know? Not the biggest deal here. Not the biggest deal. Happens. It happens. All right, what do we got here? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So we're going through here. Let's see. Any traffic? Got any traffic? The road surface looks kind of messed up, but it's not a big deal here. Oh. Good escape. Now get over, because of that person right there, too. Great escape. Was not anticipating that. So this right here, when we talk about plan method, right? So we're in a good position for safety. This is right before the incident. We're locating consistently hazardous situations. Road surface, okay. And then we also have traffic. Assessing any relevant threats. We see that person start coming out. It became an active threat. So we have to do something. We have to find that escape path and then actually take it. So that's why I'm constantly looking for escape paths. Because if something happens randomly, I want to know where I'm going. And so we get up to here. This is a great job. So we're coming up, sees it. We go for the brakes. We try to slow down. Maybe something can happen, but we realize, we're not going to stop in time because our total stopping distance isn't good enough right now. So he's going to have to find the escape. He's already doing it. So he's going to go for the thing that's going to work. He's already at a good speed. He's probably not going to hit them if he just continues his speed. And we're going to go here. Once he passes that, get back into your lane, though, because you had that side of the vehicle and that cyclist there, too. So good job. Found the escape. So now once we get to this point, we're like, hey, we got through it. Like, you have to think quick, okay? Think quick. Usually in an emergency situation, adrenaline's running. Time kind of slows down a little bit so you can process more information. That way you can actually utilize your skills and training that you've done. So he's practiced swerving probably. Or he's probably had to swerve a lot, which is practice. And so we get into here, and it's like, oh, crap. Now our goal is to get ourselves back into the lane. So good job. Good job. Oh, you saw that sign right there? Sharp left, sharp right. There's the sharp left. Let's see. Good job slowing it down. We have a sharp right here. Keep the good speed. Don't get super close. Okay, good job. We have something here. Hey, they're handling. Whoa, what are you doing there? Yeah, we're not doing that in group rides, buddy. Everyone here is doing a great job. That was not something you should be doing. Look at that body angle. Do you think he's about to crash right here? Do you think he's about to crash? There it is. Ooh, pretty bad, actually. Scraping some pegs. There's the leg and the impact. Up and over. Time to rescue. I thought his ankle broke, but it was just his shoe flying off. Okay, thank you so much, Motostars, for putting this video on. Guys, remember we have the Smart Rider Drill booklet on sale right now, 50% off for this weekend only for Halloween. Links in the description. Just click it, add it to cart, instant 50% off. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. All right. He's got that safety flip-flops. Somebody wants to sell me. Somebody wants to sell me a domain, motorcyclesafetycourses.com. I don't need that. Grab yourself a donut. We have another video. Let's go make sure it is 1080p. Very good. Grab yourself a donut. Safety chanclas. That's nice. Is he leaning to the opposite side of this bike? Yeah. Yeah, he was counterbalancing, counter leaning to make a left-handed turn. Very interesting choice. Very interesting choice. 3 videos today. This is our second video. The BRC Matthew Lorenz also depends on the school, but most basic rider courses at the MSF, they will provide you like a 250cc bike. Typically like a Honda Rebel TU 250, like a KLX 250, stuff like that. A lot of brake levers and clutch levers broken, but it is what it is. Have a donut, Missy. Good to see you here. Just double checking a few things real quick. We had 6 orders, and we just got somebody new. Kenneth, if you're in here, thank you for getting one. I did a live stream last week, and it was a disaster. I have so much respect for how you do these. It takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. You should see my first few, or my first 100, really. And I just kind of slowly evolved. Just one new thing, one progression every single time. Before you know it, here we are. He had a BMW for MSF. That's you, Creepy? Hey, thank you. I'll be getting that out today. I'll be getting that out today. All right. See you later, Toaster. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Cell phone hotspot. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Thankfully, I have gigabit speeds here at the Academy. All right, so 150 of you in here, but 78 people signed in. Let's get 22 more likes. Let's see if we can hit 20. Let's see if we can 100 likes before we get started. Because that's how you sign into class. That's how you get credit for today's class. If you don't sign in, you're not going to get credit. This is a 2-hour class. You get 2 hours of continuing education every week, and you don't even sign in? Come on now. I want to do like mobile training courses. Like I want to get into that stuff. I don't travel. I would love to, but right now just kind of focusing on the online academy. So filming for that, and then that can be on your mobile phone. For the vibes and smells. What are you smelling? Toot toot coming through. Oh, that's probably what you're smelling. All right, guys, 92 likes, 8 more, and we're going to get started. Seven more likes, everybody. So we got this video. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. Oh, speed wobbles. Something's on fire. Okay. It's going to be an interesting video. 3 more likes. 4 support squadrons. They'd be your plug for every base. Okay. Very cool. Thank you, Matthew. At some point, I would love to do that. I think once the academy's done. So I have let's go and turn that down just a little bit. I have some projects right now. The academy, the online academy, getting that done, getting the weekly newsletter, getting the weekly community challenge, which is the Smart Rider games, getting that kind of like in a flow. And then the next project after that is writing and designing a book based on the academy information. And after that, I'm kind of like, I'm good. Maybe different products, maybe different things. But at the end of the day, the online academy, the book. Online academy, the book. Live streams every Thursday, making videos. I think I might just start, I think my third project after that is making these live streams even better based off the academy and these crashes and close calls. There's just a lot. I would love to travel and teach in person, though. I would love to. Oh, nice, Matthew. Like that. There's so many different things I would love to do. So many different things. I'd love to travel. Yeah, maybe even international. One thing I want to get into is after all those projects, like I said, was done, is to really start working with like writing groups, maybe clubs, and like hosting like a class for club members. You know, stuff like that. It's one thing to like just do a bunch of random people, because that can be fun, but I really want to I want to put on like classes. 103 likes, guys. We're gonna get started. We're gonna get started right here. Let's go ahead and put the music. We're down at 10%. Very good. Okay, I like that. Got like that. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that record button. We're gonna do this thing. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? We're going to be watching some crashes and close calls so that we can learn from them. But before we jump into that, we do have a 50% off sale going on for the Smart Rider Drill booklet. You're going to get 20 plus drills. It's basically $15. Practice in a parking lot, get better at what you're doing, and then you actually get the digital version on your phone as a download with it. So $15, you get that. Just go ahead and grab it. It's on sale for this weekend for Halloween. Click the link, automatically adds a discount to your cart. Let's get into this. I'm trying to learn from people.
This video for you. I hope all of you will learn something from these situations. So check this out.
Okay.
Right.
Welcome, Hog Rider. Oh, a little bit maybe a little too fast in the corner. We got full gear. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we low-sided. So we're gonna take a quick look at that. So he's able to lift the bike up. Everything's fine. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I just
Person's
looked
helping to
around.
check. You know, they want to rescue. Very good. All right, let's go and take a look at what happened here. So we're going a little fast.
So, check this out.
Well, not
and
too
drive
fast.
safe.
Oh, I wonder if he hit some road surface has so maybe some gravel. So the road, I mean, that's the drainage area, right? So when it rains and when there's a lot of water, it's going to pull a lot of the dirt from the road, and that's where it goes. So if we hit the gutter area, we're going to have some gravel. So maybe there was some gravel, and then we slid from underneath. So stay away from that as best you possibly can. Get a little bit wider. Give yourself a space cushion from that. But as a smart rider, we're wearing full protective gear just in case something happens. But we're trying to seek and recognize and understand those hazard situations utilizing the plan method. So we're positioning ourselves away from the gutter. We're locating that it was a gutter. We're going to assess if it's a relevant threat. Not really, because now we're in a good position. We don't really have to navigate it. So we're constantly rotating that. So we're going to use the plan method for a lot of this stuff. And right here, this is definitely a hazardous situation. We might be the relevant threat, and maybe we have to navigate ourselves off the bike if we're going to continue doing this and put ourselves in a position like on the couch watching this live stream. Because 146 miles per hour, weaving in and out of traffic, it looks like we're going to have a death wobble going on. So what typically happens there is if we're going super fast and we hit a bump, it's going to cause the suspension to do this, which is going to cause the handlebars to do this. Another way that can happen is if you land a wheelie, a little bit, crooked, lands like this, it's going to start doing this, trying to stabilize. Bad suspension, fork oil is all gone, whatever. But definitely speed and hitting some bumps will cause this. So don't go super duper fast. Our bikes can do it, but maybe our suspension isn't up to par. Maybe our tires are not up to par, the PSI damage, whatever it is. And maybe we only had one hand on the handlebars. But let's see what happens here. There's the speed wobbles. Probably hit one of the reflectors. I think it's time for a steering damper. That will definitely help. But you know what else would help? Not going 146 miles per hour weaving in and out of traffic. He's probably going about half a mile trying to keep the bike up. Probably crapped his pants a few times already. Got some urea smell in the front area. Oof. Got lucky there. All right, so we're having some fun with our buddies here. Going a little wide, that person right there. Oh, that bike is done. That bike is done. Thankfully, the bike hit, not his rib cage or spine wrapping around that pole. So once again, we want to rescue, RESQ, remain calm and sure on safety, stop major bleeds, quickly assess severity. If you need... Oh, she went a little wide. Bike is done. She's doing fine. That's good, though. That's what matters. All right, let's take a look at what happened here. So stay right here. Keep that space cushion. We're riding in a group. Just kind of relax. Not a big deal. So we got up here. Maybe we went a little too fast. It's like, uh-oh. Start slowing down before the turn. So maintain that space cushion as best you can. She tried to find a gap, not much of a gap. So she kind of pushed herself out. It's pretty difficult. And then we hit the ground. Maybe panicked a little bit. Thankfully, she didn't wrap around the bike or the pole, and it was the bike that got damaged. All right, here we go. Having some fun in the villages.
A slight mistake in that corner could have had serious consequences.
Oh, applied a little too much rear brake. Oh, good job. Hey, that looks like a beginner. I call that a success. It's a learning moment. We didn't crash. We had a close call. So what can we do differently in this situation? So we're coming up here. We have the chevrons in that turn right next to the head right there, indicating it's a sharp turn. It's a blind corner. So let's go ahead and go into this a little bit slower. This is definitely an orange stage situation. Corners, intersections, open lane pattern, side of the vehicle, that kind of stuff puts you in that, this is weird. I don't like this. So we're going a little too fast. We're starting to do this like turning thing where we go in, go out, go in, go out, go in, go out. So it's definitely like a beginner. Probably applied too much rear brake, lost traction on that rear tire. So it's a beginner, right? Was able to navigate it. Scary that you have a car coming, but they didn't panic and look to the outside. They looked where they needed to go. So I look at this as a success. The focal vision is right here. That they target fixated there. Typically, you see people target fixate over here. They crash into that. But this guy right here is going towards the escape. So very good. Learn from it. Go a little slower. Practice your turning skills. Have some fun. There you go. Oh, geez. We all got lucky right here. We all got lucky right there. Okay, let's see that one more time. Just the fact that he's able to pull a wheelie, look back. You see how he's turning left because he's looking back? You know, you go where you go. You go where you look. And that person's like, oh, crap. Gain traction. We're going to have a nice little stoppie here. Got lifted up just a little bit. Thankfully, we didn't go flying over. We got some good balance here. So skill set's coming in handy. Handled it. Handled it. Now let's not do that again. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Grom clone catching fire. Uh-oh. Little Chinese bike.
2 moments later.
Hey, you got a fire.
Oh, geez. Might as well get like an e-bike at this point instead of like a Grom clone.
Nothing. Call the fire department.
Yeah. Yeah, I say so. Might as well call the fire department. Because that thing, like, you don't have any water. There's no dirt to throw on it. It's just going to burn up. It's done. We're just going to show up either with like a bumper line or the PW can, the pressurized water can, and just... Let's see what they do, though. A little bumper line and some tank water. You don't even need a hydrant for that.
In this clip, it's worth pointing out that even though there was danger, the rider stayed
bee?
calm and managed to pull over safely.
Oh, there's a bee. Oh my gosh. And we took the helmet off? Got lucky there. How's he? He's doing pretty good balancing that bike. He's not panicked whatsoever. I would slide the helmet back on, but he's doing pretty good here. Remain calm. Love it. Handled it. All right, here we go. Hey, there's that break-free thing. So that Doodle always uses. So you see how it shows it right there? Would a small extinguisher help with that fire? Probably. Probably once it started, but you don't have it. Yeah, an ABC fire extinguisher on that last one. Yeah. I mean, you could try to escape to the right. But drunk drivers, man. Guys, don't go out drinking and driving. Like it's one thing to... Is it again? So it's one thing to see this and like hear about other people drinking and driving and having crashes, and then they get, go to jail and all this other stuff. They kill like a family. I mean, if you're out there drinking and like buzzed and then going home, like just buzzed, not even drunk. Like it's a depressant. It's depressing your nervous system. So you will be slower to react. So in a turn, you might go into somebody else's lane and not realize it until you're like, oh crap, oh, very funny. And you get back in your lane. Nothing happened. But something like this can happen. Just get an Uber. Just get an Uber. Tell the bar, hey, I'm leaving my car here because I drank too much. I'm going to get an Uber. Is it going to be safe here? And they could say yes or no, but they're not responsible. But still, just don't drink. And if you're going to drink, have one beer, one drink, and then wait like an hour and a half. Like finish the beer, then wait. Don't be like, I'm drinking beer for an hour and then 20 minutes later you leave. No, like once you finish that last sip, wait an hour, drink plenty of water, during all that time. Or just don't drink. Drink at home, like everyone else, by yourself, sad. No, just don't. Just don't do this. Get an Uber, because you're gonna kill someone. Or avoid Wisconsin. Okay. He tried to jump. massive injuries. I don't know. I hope something. I hope they're fine. We're just gonna see it like 5 times. Moto stars. Yeah, so it's that turn. They were like, they just.
It was at this moment when I finally completed the curve that I realized that this person was in my lane.
Yeah.
I had this amount of time to make my decision. I could have gone left, but I was
good
afraid
after
someone
action.
could be behind them driving in the proper lane.
Yeah.
Since I couldn't see around them. I could have gone right, but I did not want to plow into, well, the plow. So instead I decided to use my old skills as a bull rider to go up. Putting this amount of distance from my bike and their hood was all I needed to avoid what
Look at that
would have been a deadly accident.
Look at that.
The difference from being
that's all you
here
can really do.
and being here is what the CHP said saved my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say just the fact that there's an after action review that they can speak on this means that they're still alive.
You just hit me, mother. Siri, no, call ambulance.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, hopefully you're able to call. It's like if you can't walk and you can't get to your phone.
Okay. Any pain here?
No, sir.
So I'm trying to look at any deformities on the legs. Doesn't look like
Here?
No, sir.
they're checking body,
Okay. We should take a quick look. Any-
checking abdomen for any distension, any tenderness, like where it's like a,
What's your birthday?
it's almost like a cramp.
Is it okay if I roll your hips a little bit? Right here?
That hurts. Okay.
19
We'll take a look at that.
1978.
You don't want to move them. Good. So right hip,
Your leg hurt here?
right leg.
The knee hurts.
I'm just, no.
They're doing a rapid trauma assessment.
Take this stuff off real quick.
Sure, yeah, whatever you got.
So they're gonna cut those pants off.
Okay, yeah, that leg hurts. That leg's really
This
sore. I
leg?
can tell that one's broken.
Yeah, left leg, left.
Right there.
Right here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Left
I see a
tib
little
fib.
blood through there. We'll cut that
I'm
out.
pretty sure my bones are having my leg. I just now.
So a compound
Yeah.
fracture possibly.
Once you start moving stuff and the adrenaline wears off of here, I'm going to take this off the best I can here.
Sure, whatever you gotta do.
As long as I'll cut it if I have
I've done this. I've done that so many times. So I just kind of want to go over a little bit here. I was talking over a little bit. So what they're doing.
Okay.
So now firefighters are on scene. So they're doing a head to toe rapid trauma assessment. They're just checking for any deformities. So it's called DCAP BTLS. So deformities, contusions, abrasions, punctures, tenderness, lacerations. I think I said burn somewhere in there, and swelling. So they're checking for all those things. Anything. So like if you look at yourself right now, so like you look at me, like pretty normal, right? Skin color, tone, everything. Arms are anatomical. But all of a sudden you see like some like black here, or like a cut here, or like my arm is like this. That's when it becomes, hey, it's abnormal. That's not supposed to be like that. So that's what typically people kind of go to. They look for those deformities, contusions, and all that stuff. And so if you look at yourself and it's like, hey, that looks normal, anything abnormal is what's happened in the accident. So they're looking at this person, they're checking the head, neck, collarbones, chest, they're checking shoulders, arms, they're checking down here into the abdomen. And so what they're looking for is like if they press, because they're pressing, right? So they're pushing down. That's why you see the body moving. They're pressing because if all of a sudden it kind of goes in a little bit or it doesn't feel normal, they press the abdomen. It's supposed to be squishy, right? It's supposed to be a little squishy. But if all of a sudden you press on it and it feels like it's a hard muscle, that means there's some internal bleeding going on. It's just kind of like swelling. So when they press on, they're like, that's not good. So they're going to keep going to each of the quadrants. There's 4 quadrants in the abdomen. And then basically, upper right quadrant is going to be your liver. So if all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's painful and it's like really hard, it means you probably have some like a liver laceration or something. That's not good. So they're going to constantly do that, and they're checking for anything like that. And they're going to lift the shirt up, and they're going to see if there's any cuts, any lacerations, any like bruising. If it bruises like immediately after a crash, there's a lot of internal bleeding. Bruising is usually a late sign. And so that means there's a lot of bruising, means there's a lot of bleeding going on. They're going to go into the hips. They're going to press on the hips and see if it's stable. If all of a sudden it starts to collapse in, they're not pushing hard. It just collapses in just a little bit. Then more than likely there's going to be a hip fracture. They're checking the iliac crest up here. They're going to check the pubic area and see if there's any type of breaking or any type of swelling there. Go down in the leg. You're going to see it right here. But they're actually doing head to toe. And then they're going to start cutting stuff. Typically, you want to keep patient privacy, so you're going to probably do it in the back of the ambulance. But if it's obvious, they're going to cut it, and they're going to do what they need to do. He said that there's some bleeding there, so probably compound fracture. This person right here said that, hey, there's that hurts. It feels like it's broken. Probably compound fracture. So the bone's sticking out, causing external bleeding. You can't really put a tourniquet on that, but what you can do is put something high and tight. If it is bleeding out, you don't want to put it on the actual bone. But they're going to cut the pants, and then they're going to actually hopefully stop the bleeding on that part. But they're going to have to take a lot of this stuff off, and you want to do it quickly, especially if the person is not breathing, if they're unconscious, if it's a lot of external bleeding. You're just going. You're moving, because surgery is going to be the one thing that's going to save this person's life. It's not going to be you handling and stopping bleeding on scene and be like, hey, we're good. That's what's happening here. So we're going to see real quick.
Any pain here?
You see the body moving?
Here?
No, sir. No,
Here?
sir. Mm-mm.
Okay. We should take a quick look. Anything here?
No,
So they're checking the abdomen,
sir. You have permission to touch me anywhere you need to.
Okay. What's your birth?
which is good because it's a consent thing. You need it's implied consent if they're unconscious. It's implied that somebody would want somebody to do what they needed to do to save your life. When they're conscious and alert, verbal, pain, or unresponsive. So if they're alert, you do have to get consent. And so the fact that they're like, yeah, go ahead and do whatever you need to do. Perfect. I'm going to do what I need to do then. Typically ask that at the beginning anyways.
April 18th.
Is it okay if I?
So he wants to rotate, put him in an anatomical position. So using the ground as a spine board, like a splint for the spine if you're laying on your back. That's why you always lay somebody down on their back. So lay the rider down, monitor any changes for that stuff. And so he's going to try to do that, but there's going to be some pain there. So it's like, okay, we're not going to move you because there's the pain. We're going to probably give you some medication so that it's a little bit easier. But we're going to try this. And then if there's pain on the hips, hey, good to know.
I roll your hips a little bit. Right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
19
We'll take a look at that.
1978, sir.
And when I've had mid-femur fractures, and they use a traction splint, you can pull manual traction. When I've seen mid-femur fractures, a lot of blood loss. And so you'll see like a collapse in the middle of the leg right here. So for those of you who don't know what a femur is, the femur is right here. You'll see like a collapse right there. So typically it's a straight line, but you'll see like that. And then it even shortens. So like since it's broken, it's going to do this a little bit. And it's going to be a little bit of a collapse. So that leg will actually be short. You can also tell with a hip fracture with the head of the femur going into the pelvis, that leg will actually be shorter. And so that's an interesting thing to see. And then the leg will be rotated too. So very dangerous, not good. But checking that.
You need anything right now, Marshall?
So that's how we find out. It's like we touch it, just barely touch it. Ow. Hey, that's probably broken.
Leg hurt here. What's up, brother?
You need a hand in it?
So legs are hurt. So
No.
we're talking about mechanism of injury here. We saw the person jump up and get hit. So the legs probably hit the handlebars going up. And so we talk about doing frontal impacts and having that open book fracture on the front because they didn't jump up. So it's going to be the fracture here, the fracture right here because they slide on the gas tank. But he jumped up. And so now it's the tib fib in the knee area that's hurting because that's what hit the handlebars versus the pelvis. So I would rather have broken tib fibs and maybe a knee than a pelvic fracture because a pelvic fracture, you have a lot of blood flow because the femoral arteries are going through your pelvis. You can bleed out quickly. It's not good.
I'm not seeing anything major. I'm going to take this stuff off real quick.
Sure, yeah, whatever you gotta do. You guys can cut things off, whatever you gotta do. Okay, yeah, that.
So cutting things off, that's why we only have a few more of these left. But that's why we have trauma shears. I want to cut that stuff off, put tourniquets, all that stuff.
That leg hurts. That leg's really
This
sore. I
leg?
can tell that one's broken.
Where is it
Yeah,
hurt?
right there.
Right here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I see a little blood through there. We'll cut that out.
And it could be a laceration. It could be an internal break, and it's not a compound fracture, but it could be a laceration on the outside that's causing that. Is the trauma shear strong enough to cut through Kevlar? Yeah, if you get good trauma shears, and these trauma shears will cut through Kevlar. It's going to be a little more difficult, but they're designed to cut through a lot of stuff.
I just now feel it.
Yeah. Once you start moving stuff and the adrenaline wears off of here, I'm going to take this off the best I can.
It's true.
Whatever you gotta do.
As long as I'll
They're going to be in
cut it if I
pain.
have to.
Very interesting. You said there's a part 2. This might be a long video, guys, just because you guys said there's a part 2. Let's see. Usually they don't put. All right, let me try this. This might be a longer video. This is interesting. Whenever I can... Whenever I can do some medical stuff, I just get back in my mode. Okay, so I'm looking on this side. I'll probably cut this part out on the actual video. Update to... Okay. I'll show you guys 1 second. Let me get...
Hormone replacement therapy.
Trying to on under.
You gotta do.
As long as I'll cut it if I have to, but
Sure, whatever you gotta do.
Okay.
I got a good strong radial, by the way, Taylor.
So strong radial arteries are getting a radial, so radial pulse. So that means that the blood flow is actually going to the end of the arm. If he has good radial, so he can actually feel it, it means the blood pressure is above 90 at least. And so that also means that the arteries are actually flowing through. The blood vessels are good. So that's good. That's a good sign. It's just something that they say out loud. So that's what trauma shears do.
It's like you have a...
Yeah, once you get a little bit, you can just start doing that. You don't have to keep cutting. You can just, once you get a good, you just go.
Another layer on under
Yes,
here.
sir, I'm wearing slide pants.
Okay.
Slide pants,
Oh,
interesting.
that's
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. I know you didn't do it on
Do you have
purpose.
any medical problems?
No, I had Wolf Parkinson's White when I was a kid, and it was corrected, so no.
Okay.
Interesting that the camera's actually set up like this.
I'm trying to work around it here. No medical problems other than Wolf Parkinson's, right? You take medication for anything at all?
So yeah, they ask that any medical conditions, because some people are like, no, I don't have anything. And then you ask what kind of medications you take. And we're like, well, I take nitro and a few other, it's like, oh, so you have a heart condition. It's like, oh, I don't have any medical conditions. Yeah, but I take insulin every day, you know, after, it's like, oh, so you have diabetes. And so they're asking these multiple things because they need to have that. And there's somebody actually scribing all that stuff just in case. He's probably going to ask if he has any allergies to anything next.
I take medication for hormone replacement therapy.
Okay. Other than that?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm very lightheaded and oh, that
Copy.
hurt. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, we've got a little gash there in the leg.
So it's a
Maybe some...
laceration.
Large or medium? Probably large, huh?
Just keep talking to
Yeah,
us.
all those places are in pain, sir.
All this is?
So
From the knee
left
down.
leg, left tib fib area.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at that in a second, but none of that's a life threat to me right now.
Right, I agree.
So he's talking, he's breathing. He did say that there's getting a little lightheaded, and that's typical. Blood pressure is going to drop because in adrenaline, your blood vessels are going to constrict, your breathing rate's going to increase, and so then once the adrenaline goes off, your blood vessels start to dilate, and then that's when your blood pressure starts dropping. You start getting a little lightheaded, but then it'll start stabilizing. The fact that they're on the ground, that's kind of a good thing. So we got more people on scene.
She was on the motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
She was on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
By herself?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
We went...
So by yourself, we got to ask that because there's sometimes where there could be a patient in the field and it's at night, you don't know. And you're just doing this so you handle the patient. There's been times on car accidents where I'd see a child seat in the back and there's two people in the front and I'd be like, hey, did you guys have a child in the back? They're like, no, they're babysitting or they're not with us right now. So you always have to be careful with that. You never know.
Hit the front end of that car that you passed.
I've had to search for people with a
These two here before us, they said they don't know what happened.
camera.
I have everything on tape.
She said she has everything on tape.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Okay.
So now we got so the fire truck was probably the first on scene, and now we have ambulance coming up.
Like to where they stopped right there? Or? Yeah, when I came around the corner. She didn't get hit over there, right? Fly on. No, she got hit over here. Okay. Or like, probably where
You never get to see this type of stuff, but this is what I used to do.
Come on, keep talking to us, baby. You gotta keep talking to us. Keep talking to me.
Yo,
You probably see the stars.
So they're having to cut everything so we can expose the skin
Keep talking to
and so we can see actual damage.
Yeah, I am.
all right.
I already got demos, Cap, so.
Pretty diaphoretic, pretty sweaty there. Can you give me...
So diaphoretic and sweaty. So think of diaphoresis as you just got out of the shower, you haven't dried yourself off. That's how wet. Like your body will just start letting go of the moisture and the water in your skin, basically. Anything that's inside your sweat glands just goes. It's out. So what's happening is that with that adrenaline, all the blood and everything's being shunted to the core. So your arms and legs and even your like your neck and your head gets shunted to the core. So then it doesn't have what it needs to keep your skin basically doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is supposed to regulate. So you're going to just dump all your sweat gland water and you're going to be super sweaty. This typically happens with people having heart attacks, breathing problems, especially diabetics. Like if you've ever had like a really bad fever at night and you just had the night sweats, that's diaphoresis. So they're diaphoretic. So after a crash like this, being diaphoretic just means that the body did what it needed to do. But it's a concern because that means it was that big of an incident where the body's like, I need to do what I need to do to survive.
Grab, squeeze. Can you move your toes down here? Yeah, I don't know which one. Either one. Can you move your right leg?
It's cool. We got these two right here.
Just move your toes. Sorry, just move your toes. Don't move the leg.
Yeah, I can move them.
So moving the toes, pulse motor sensory (PMS) is what we check. Remember, I haven't been a firefighter since 2018, so new things, new acronyms come up. But back when I did it, PMS, pulse motor sensory. So right now, with the legs, you saw the feet moving. We take the boots off, check the pedal pulse, which is there's a pulse right on the bottom of on the top of your foot. If you can barely check it, it's just like checking your radial pulse, just to see if the blood flow is moving. Motor, seeing if the actual foot moves. That's important because that's for more of the nervous system, seeing if it does that. And sensory is when you actually touch. It's like, do you feel what I'm doing? Like I'm touching the bottom of your foot, touching your toes. Which toe am I touching? That's so you have the sensory still going. So you want to check for pulse, which is the circulatory system, to see if the blood flow is still going to the tissues, so that you know if anywhere in the artery or veins down to that point have maybe been broken. And then motor, seeing if they can actually move it, good for the nervous system. Sensory, same thing, good for the nervous system. That's what he was asking for.
Okay. And that's making over here. Get ready. Sorry. You can feel me touching? Yes, sir.
You feel me touching? He did the sensory part.
PMS times 4, Taylor. I'll just
PMS times 4. So PMS for both arms, both legs. PMS times 4.
Once the ambulance gets here, we'll load and go.
They're here right now.
So once we get that going, we're loading and going because they know that surgery is going to be the only thing that they can do. They expose everything. They have everything. They're stopping any life-threatening injuries. But we have to go because surgery is going to be the only thing.
Okay, let's load her up once they yeah. Real load and go, guys.
You want to split that out?
What's that?
Yeah, split that one.
We might as well just cut this all the way up. She has these other pants on. So just don't cut the belt.
Might have to splint one of the legs, but they're definitely going to do
And then,
I'm assuming they're going to do a backboard.
And then we'll move her. What's up? We're going to leave these jeans behind. What's up?
I was trying to
So
move
knee. You said your hip hurt right here, correct?
So hip injury. So far we have hip injury, right tib fib injury, right knee injury, nothing upper body. So the fact that she jumped made it to where the core, which is where all your vital organs are, didn't get injury. So it's just the legs. So that did save, yeah.
Pelvis is stable.
Pelvis is stable, good.
Painful.
Painful but stable.
I don't want to cut your jacket unless if you think we can take it off without cutting. I know these jackets are expensive, so
We would do that.
Okay.
We would offer.
So I'm gonna try and help you here.
Because originally no pain on the upper body, so able to maneuver the jacket off will save the patient some money. Customer service is part of the deal too.
I know these jackets are expensive. Jeans are replaceable. If you think you can pull your arm out, let's do it. If it hurts too much, then we'll.
Yeah, if it hurts too much, we're just gonna cut it.
Sure. And then we'll just pull this out from underneath her, and then we'll get that arm out over there. Yeah.
All right, so that's the monitor. Looks like they had blood pressure. That's a blood pressure cuff line right there. So they probably just disconnected it, keeping the blood pressure on the cuff on her. So they got their vitals. So they got the pulse ox probably. So they got blood oxygen. They got the pulse rate. They got blood pressure. Pretty much everything you need for now. There's the spine board. Looks like a scoop board. So it probably comes apart and you can slide it underneath. Kind of like a scissor. It does this and you put it underneath and then close it. You can lift off so that way you don't have to log roll. But let's see if they log roll.
And who are you, sir? You're just someone helping. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for your help. Nobody else was involved, right? Everybody else was just
And that's the captain probably monitoring the scene. He had the scribe. So they're just gonna cut the. They're gonna cut that.
So it's just your right leg that's hurting you?
Yeah, my left foot, and yes, from like about a little above the knee all the way down.
Okay.
Oh, and now I can feel my left shoulder.
Okay.
So it's probably motorcycle boots with the zipper on the side. So that's what he saw. He's like, I'm not gonna cut the laces. I mean, laces are replaceable too.
You gotta get strong radio on both sides.
Strong radar on both sides, both arms. That's good.
Get an initial one for you really quick.
So with the abdomen right there kind of exposed, there's been times where it was like a normal abdomen, but by the time like 5-10 minutes into it, it looked like the person was pregnant, and that's internal bleeding. Like not pregnant, like, third trimester, but they're starting to become like a baby bump. And it's like, uh-oh, we've got some internal bleeding. We got to get out of here, especially if the vitals start, changing. It's like, no, we got to get out of here. And I've seen that with a mid-femur fracture too, where it just starts swelling. And it's a weird thing. It's like, so if they're laying on the ground and it starts swelling, you'll just see like the skin just pool, like it just pools out. And it's just like there's a fluid in there. It's just fluidy. It's not like a normal leg. And it's like, oh, we got some bleeding in there. We got to really take care of this.
You want this left leg?
Which means we got to get out of here. Sometimes the best medication that an EMS can do is gasoline and oxygen, or diesel and oxygen, which means we're gone.
No deformity or anything. It's just what? That's fine.
Yeah, so right now they're getting prepped. They're getting the stretcher ready. It looks like they're gonna log roll. He's behind them with the stretcher or the spine board, and so they're gonna roll her onto it, strap her to the spine board, lift up, put it on the stretcher, and then right here, that's a drug box, the medication box, just in case they have to give anything for pain.
Yes, sir. So she has pain that leg and this hip. Okay.
I mean, just think, like,
Leg from the knee down.
all these guys,
Going, ma'am.
like, look at the job they're doing. Like this,
30 miles an hour.
So what we're going to do is
yeah, they were going 30,
We're in your right side. Or are we going?
or she was going 30, but
Let's roll it.
like
towards
these guys are doing a great job.
and then
Okay.
They're moving.
Roll you this way.
This is all probably within 10 minutes.
Underneath you, we're going to roll you up on the board. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just going to check the back too while we're going here.
Yeah, I got you. Make sure you check that ball. I got it. She hit that.
Yeah, about 8-9 minutes already.
Yeah, I have one.
Usually you want to get people off the scene within 10 minutes, so they're doing pretty good.
All right, so we're going to roll you back to the right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
So they're doing a log roll. So they're supporting the leg that is painful, so you need multiple people. And so one person's holding the leg, the rest are log rolling so that they can keep it in line and not as painful as possible. Usually morphine, but some medical directors can offer their paramedics with training to do like ketamine and a few other things. It's all based on the need. Yeah, wearing the braces.
I have a little method.
And that's another thing is that she had the braces, the protection, the external armor, and then that's where the injuries were on the tib fib and the knee. It could have been a complete break. Like it's just doing this, but maybe the armor mitigated a lot of the impact, and it's just a regular break. It's not just like an amputated break. So it's really good.
To keep them from getting
Yeah, her legs could have been shattered. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to being a smart rider. Is definitely you never know, and it's just going to mitigate severity of some of that stuff.
You shouldn't have any head scratches.
Helmet also probably saved her life.
A little tiny one. The fingerprint.
We're gonna lift you up now, okay?
I want to see the accident. Okay, so right here, they're strapping down. That one might hurt a lot, but that's where it's tied to the board because that's where the injury is. Might be a little loose. The goal is just to keep the patient on the board. You don't want the patient falling off. The abdomen one might work. That's a C collar right there. It's to keep the head in line. It's not going to stop you from doing this. So what we typically say is like, hey, we're going to put this on you. Just answer with your voice, yes or no. Don't shake your head, no. Don't shake your head, yes. Keep it in line. Just keep looking forward. They should have a head block, which is also going to be on the sides of that. Arms are they're fine. If they're unconscious, we'll strap them in like this so that they're not flailing down like that. And they're going to lift from the head to toe over onto the stretcher right now. So they lift it up. And so all the firefighters are making sure, once again, that they're going to ensure their own safety. So part of what the rescue comes from is my experience as a firefighter, is that I wanted to make sure that we remain calm and ensure our own safety. That is something that we always had to do, because if we're amped up, we're not protecting ourselves, somebody else hits us, we're all screwed.
Right now, skins are diaphoretic, normal color, but diaphoretic.
Normal color, diaphoretic. Normal color is good. If it's a pale, cool, and clammy, that's not good. It means blood flow is going somewhere else other than the skin, but diaphoresis, not.
Is this her, is this hers?
There's pain.
Is this Rhino Works bag yours?
Yeah, that bag is hers.
Okay, thank you.
Just hang by for 1 second.
Throw that in the back.
Gotcha.
Throw in the seat in there and throw in the back there with her. This too. And those are her shin guards right there.
So she's now being strapped into the gurney. So the gurney straps are going to keep her with the spine. So the spine board is just a splint for the spine. It's not comfortable at all. So the goal is that when they get to the hospital, one of the things is obviously trying to prevent any life-threatening injuries, but the doctor will run x-rays real quick or make a determination, because the doctor does the determination. They're the ones that diagnose. EMS can't diagnose. That he might say, or she might say, hey, we don't need the spine board. That's based off of what they want to do. So they'll take them off the spine board after that. But yeah, that's what's on there. It's not comfortable at all. Okay, so that chair where the bag goes, that's where the medic usually sits. So they're gonna roll her in. It's gonna lock into here. It's gonna lock into that thing over there. This is designed, if anybody's sitting right here, if there's a head-on collision, they run into that, like they fly into that versus actually flying into the front. I've been in the back of an ambulance, so I ran an ambulance. Like, I'd clean this thing after every call. There's the O2 tank, so it locks in right there, and they're gonna pull back, and it catches. They lift up. Now, if it's a hydraulic, there's a button. If not, the guys, okay, it's hydraulic. They're gonna slide it in. It's gonna lock in right here. You gotta no, you're missing it. You missed it. Bring it over. You missed it. So that's supposed to go right there. Oh, they probably just pulled it. So they pulled it, locked it in. So slight injuries, not too much. You got a wrist right there, a little bit on the forehead, probably from the helmet, but it's much better than a caved-in skull. So there's the monitor with the BP. They're getting another set of vitals. In an emergency situation like this, you get them every 5 minutes. If it's a non-emergency, about every 10 to 15 minutes. So they're just constantly getting a trend report. So this is probably the paramedic right here with the blue helmet.
So we're going to get going. My part, we're still trying to paint a solid for the vital. My part is going to be contacting you and this number 2 with vital.
There's the drug box. There's a sharps container. You can barely see it, so when he does the needles, he can put it in the sharps container. That's painful. So he's probably gonna get an IV just to get it in, because if for some reason the veins collapse because of blood pressure and loss of volume, so he wants to at least get an IV going. Yeah, and this is fine. The adrenaline just dumps. So now he's gonna get at least a 4 lead or a 3 lead. So boom, 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 boom. We're gonna check the heart, see if any type of abnormal rhythms, and if he sees anything that is not good, we're gonna do a 12 lead. So that's when you get all of them on. So just up here. I've done that hundreds of times.
Is it okay for me to hold on to this?
So guy up front said rolling, confirm saying rolling. Everyone knows.
Whatever you need to do.
I hope the drunk driver, gets max penalty for this, because look how much trauma it does to somebody.
That I found so far is really stable, other than the ride. Everything is checking out really stable. Okay.
So that's good bedside manner right there. Good bedside manner.
I'm not finding any real major injuries. I don't even know if you have any broken. 123. Okay.
This is the outside.
My left leg was I'm pretty sure that my left leg's broken.
You know, I'm looking at it and it's.
It might be the 360 camera in the corner.
Gashing. Okay. Well, I don't think
I jump off.
pretty significant damage from your motorcycle on the front. It's a good thing your body didn't get it.
I jumped off the bike.
I love that. So the bike, when we were talking about mechanism of injury, we usually look at cars or like the vehicle that the person in, and if it's like destroyed, we assume the body's also destroyed. So the fact that she jumped off saved her life.
You absolutely did the right thing.
Yeah, so keeping the patient calm with good, like, actual information. So one thing that it does is that the patient could just be hyperventilating, getting more and more, so the mental will affect the physical. So if the patient has an issue with like the heart or the lungs or there's bleeding, you really want to calm them down so that their mental doesn't affect the physical. Okay, so here we go. Still ongoing. Okay. I wonder if they found him. I did not sustain any broken bones in the accident. However, I did herniate a disc in the thoracic area. So the thoracic area is in the upper back. So the lumbar is down here. So thoracic is up here. Cervical is up here. Yeah, so lumbar. So upper back, basically. Which will most likely result in corrective surgery. I have a torn rotator cuff of the left shoulder, which requires surgery, and physical therapy is ongoing for the torn meniscus in the left knee. So that's where the pain came from in the left knee. So it wasn't a tib fib break. That's good. But the meniscus in the knee, that's the little pads that are basically your femur kind of sits on. Nerve damage from a severe gash on the left shin and the torn ligaments in both of my feet and ankles. Nerve damage and ligaments are not good. Either the meniscus, so that doesn't heal on its own. Maybe PRP, like prolotherapy, platelet-rich plasma, could help out with some of that stuff. The nerve damage, hopefully it reconnects. I'd rather have a broken bone than ligaments. I was forced to take temporary unpaid leave of absence from work, and along with physical and emotional challenges, I'm now facing overwhelming. Yeah, I set up a GoFundMe, including a link below. Any amount, if you can contribute, will make a huge difference. A drunk driver. What's the GoFundMe? If you guys want to, I'm not saying you have to, but the GoFundMe is right there. I will include the GoFundMe in the review, the final video. This is gonna be a long video. What do you guys think? We'll talk about it after this is done, when we get back into class, okay? All right, car pulls out without looking. Okay.
No, you good, man.
You see what I mean when it's like all of the rest of this video is gonna be a non-issue, right? The rest of this video is gonna be a non-issue. We just went through what actually happens. on a real thing. So when I say let these things go, this is not a big deal. This right here is what I'm talking about. It could be so much worse. If you do in the GoFundMe, let them know that we saw them. This is the DDFM crew helping out. Like, hey, cool, we crashed. How do we solve that problem, right? How do we solve that problem? Just don't accelerate super hard. Maybe there's gravel, but if we have gear, we're doing fine, right? Here we go.
The driver
What do we got here? We have a
ignored
Cardo.
the
Oh,
Later,
geez,
he
you getting on
reported
our
trying
lane,
to test
dude.
The rider's patience a few times.
This might be an hour-long video. Okay, so just roll off the throttle, apply some brakes, let that person be in front of you, increase your space cushion, you know. Oh wait, Trent, you're here. Hey, I hope you're doing fine. And you've been a member. You're a member. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Hope you're doing fine. I did not know that. Hopefully my assessment makes sense to you. I just wanted to give you some understanding, and it's teaching everybody else too. Okay, see, like, all this stuff is not a big deal. Like, none of this is a big deal. We're just moving on. He does have a Cardo, though. I like that. Here we go. Stanislav. Okay, somebody's peeking out over. Not a big deal. Kind of move over, different space cushion. Captain Carrot Jr. Here we go.
We fortunate that the oncoming cars were driving at safe speeds. Thankfully,
We increase the speed on that. Be careful. Just keep it nice, easy, maintained speed going through here. Okay. Well, we got a car coming. Oh, we dumped the bike. It wasn't really the car's fault. Our legs are probably hurting. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that sucks. So just take it nice and easy. Don't panic when you see a car coming out like that. We got side of the vehicle right there. Very easy to see right there. Okay, apply the brakes. Let them in. Go ahead and honk the horn. Not a big deal. Moving on. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be a drunk driver head on. See, this is why I don't care about the road rage stuff. I really don't care. It's not a big deal. Oh, there's a deer. Ooh, watch out. There's going to be more. Having some fun. Be careful. Nice little omen to relax a little bit. Professional driver doesn't understand lanes on a roundabout. Okay, here we go. So we're going in and roundabout. This is going to be an orange stage situation. You got to be watching out for that. Okay, okay. I love this community. I didn't even know that you were a member. It's just, I see so many things. It just sucks that like a member of this community got into that position. You know what I mean? Give her a biker wave in the chat. So we just saw this whole situation right here, and that's one of our members. That right there. So it's a small world. Yeah, I don't even care about the rest of this. So make sure you guys grab yourself a donut. There's a link to the GoFundMe in the chat. There is a sale going on with this, but you know what? Maybe save the 50% off that you're getting from that. Put it to the GoFundMe. I don't know. Just go to the GoFundMe. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. I will be seeing you guys later. Thank you for joining the crew. We have one more video on this live stream. That was a 50-minute video. All right, so Let's turn that down a little bit. I'm glad you're here. Like, you know, I'm gonna put. I have the GoFundMe link. Let me go ahead. Doris Rex. GoFundMe. I'm adding it to the description of this live stream also. It was August 14th this year. Oh. Yeah, the rest of the video doesn't even matter. I kind of have to do this one though. Like I'm kind of. That was a 50-minute video. I still have to do this one because it's the thumbnail. So. And you have a pink beard too. Member of 2 months. I mean, you've been here for a while. I'm glad that you're walking. See you later, Harstava. Jeremiah, you like, I mean, I just kind of go back into my old, I mean, I did it for 11 years. And I've been on at least 100 calls a month for 11 years. At least. I mean, well, I would say minimum 50 because I've been at slow stations for a while. But there's some times where it was 15 to average 15 calls a shift, 15 or 10 shifts a month. So I mean, 150 on those months. So it just kind of pulls me back into that mode. Kind of energized now, actually. Yeah, we'll throw a little prayer for you. We're also throwing a little prayer for Jude, going through chemo. We had some prayers going out today. You're back out there. Very nice. Very nice. Well, how about we just power through this video and then I can get to editing. I think I'm just going to keep that last video as just straight up, just not even changing anything. Throwing it in there. That video will probably come out, let's see, Saturday? We'll just have it come out Saturday. Do I have video lined up for Saturday? I have a video lined up for tomorrow and Sunday. I'll change this one to Monday. Oof. If I want there's more? There's more? Yeah, if you can find me on Instagram, DanDanTheFireman, just send me a DM with the link. If there's more, if anything, I'll watch it. Solid 30 minutes. Okay. If anything, I'll watch it. And then, we kind of did a whole review of the accident scene. So damn, how's my PTSD? It's good. I've done a lot of therapy. So that stuff doesn't bother me as much anymore. It used to years ago when I would do these reviews. But I'm able to manage my emotions pretty well at this point. You just kind of go into that, what's my training? And that's a good, I mean, think about it. It's adjacent thinking, divergent thinking here. Is that I was able to describe the whole thing and I just fell back on my training. Like, it's an emergency situation, but I fell back on my training. So guys, when it comes to like some of these close calls and like these scary situations, what do you think is going to happen to you? You're going to fall back onto your training. I've had 11 years as a firefighter with thousands of calls just like that. I fell back on my training. I'm able to describe a lot of that stuff and understand it. So when it comes to motorcycle riding, how much training do you have in a parking lot or even when you're riding? Pretend it's still training. Swerve around the manhole cover for fun. Practice your swerves. Go over a speed bump. Lift your butt up. Like all those things. constantly train, because when an emergency situation happens, you're going to fall back on your training. So that's how you're going to save yourself. Just like she said, is that her training from bull riding kicked in, jumped before the crash. If there was no bull riding training, guess what happens? Right into the front, pelvic, open book fracture, bunch of different issues, probably dead. So train. You have to train like your life depends on it, because it does. Because it does. Military is similar, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and it never stops. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. We're going to kind of power through this one. So, yeah. So 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We got a sale going on, 50% off for this weekend, the Halloween weekend. You get this for $15 basically. Link is going to be in the description. It's automatic. You just click add to cart. It'll be 50% off. Halloween sale. And you also get the digital downloads for all that stuff, the phone-friendly version, so you can practice it. It's the best deal I'm going to give you pretty much the rest of the year. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these crashes and close calls and try to figure out what happened, how it happened, so we can learn from them and then maybe not do it ourselves, okay? So we're going to do some visual learning here.
In the back suddenly and this biker's right.
Okay, it's a red light.
Happened.
Somebody behind us crashed into us. Oh, a little bump. Could damage your rim, could damage your bike. I would pull off and take a look, because you don't want to just start going like 60 miles an hour on the interstate or whatever, and you have like a bent rim, and now your rear tire is flat. We caught fire right there. Now we're gone. All right, close call with Cat. This is an older video too, so maybe the editing is not as good. So we got road surface hazard, and we have a little kitty cat, so be careful. Don't hit the cat. But sad thing here, guys. It's a small animal. So it's either, if you're in a position where you have to swerve into like a guardrail or a car or run over the cat, I'd run over the cat. Now, if it's like a big dog, I'm gonna crash. If it hit the big dog, but try to swerve if you can. But if it's gonna put you in a bad position where you're gonna crash, small animals, just lift your butt up when you hit over it. Get over it. All right, random road events in California. Invisible Me. Okay, there's that open lane pattern. They switched over, right? So accelerate or move over. The whole point of a lot of the things that we're talking about is positioning for safety, locating these hazardous situations, assessing if it's a relevant threat. Road surface is a relevant threat, and so navigating that is by going nice and easy around some of this stuff. Oh. And his head fell off. So go a little slower. Go a little slower.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
So we're talking mechanism of injury. They probably stopped. Somebody just smashed into them. They got pushed forward. The vehicle that smashed into them, all the fluids from the engine compartment, they're probably just follow that. That's the trail toward the car that hit them.
Bro. Make sure the older lady's okay.
Possible head injuries, back injuries. The seatbelt's going to cause some bruising.
Dude.
So they got hit. They hit somebody else. So they're in the middle. So they got 2 impacts. Yeah, this is Phoenix.
Dude. Hey,
So this is when we can rescue.
You okay?
So they're okay, good. So
Dude,
EMS probably on.
Passenger seat's like freaking out. I just asked him. She said they're okay.
Oh, hit a cactus.
You're okay though? We saw it in a rear view mirror and heard it, and we're just like, oh my gosh.
So there's the impact from the van. So I want the other car that hit everyone in the back, probably not gonna be able to go anywhere. Just follow the trail. That's the person that hit. That person hit them. Hit that van. The van hit the old lady.
Need help out of the car?
We'll see in a second.
All right, man.
So one thing that you got to watch out for, if you do want to help somebody like this, is that when they hit, so their chest is hitting this, that's going to hurt. They might have some burns on the inside of their wrists, and they might have some burns on their face. One thing people don't realize is that you're going to go in on the chest. You can either go up and over like the steering wheel, or you can go down and under. So they're going to hit their chest, but their butt and legs are going to slide forward. And so you could have leg injuries easily. So if he steps down, he's like, oh crap, my leg's broken. Sometimes it's better just to leave the patient in the car. They're in the safest spot. They got a crash cage. They have, keep your seatbelt on if you really want to. But if you're standing on the side of the road, you're less protected. Plus, if you have a broken leg or a pain in your leg, let firefighters and EMS help you out of it.
Here, I'll take your stuff.
But it's up to the patient if they want to get out or not. I'll just recommend not to.
Is he okay?
Yeah, they're okay.
So his chest hurts a little bit.
Man, dude.
So he's walking a little weird. Oof. Oh, geez.
That hurt. It happens, I'm good.
It does happen.
But I'm good.
So wearing full protective gear help mitigate some of that stuff. Looped it up a little bit. Not the biggest deal. These bikes are kind of designed to fall down and crash. Maybe like a bent lever or something, but you can easily fix that. Car waiting behind, waiting to turn left. Okay, Dragon Rider Productions. Here we go. Oh, cutting you off. Apply the brakes. Apply the brakes. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. They changed. Passengers yelling. Okay, so learner plates. What do we got here?
The driver's behavior, who after the entire incident completely ignored.
Oh, what are you doing there, car? You got some broken phalanges, maybe some metatarsals broken. That's painful. And now they're gonna try to take off because they did what they did, and that person in front's trying to slow them down. It's still dangerous. Get their license plate. You got video footage. Kind of move on. Pull off and check your toes. See if they actually are broken. Not much you can do for broken toes other than tape them together, let them bones heal, but it's gonna be painful walking for a while. Oh, we're on a track. We're gonna have some fun. Maybe low side. Hopefully not a high side. That would suck. Oh, got cut off a little bit. Don't low. What's gonna happen? Oh, good. Okay, not a big deal. Oh, geez. Are we in California here? Yeah, we're in California.
Like that.
Don't punish anybody. You see how in California they actually move over? Look at that. They move over for you guys. Say thank you. Keep it easy. Look at the gap everyone's giving. But then when somebody doesn't give a gap, guess what? We're pissed. Not everybody sees you. Look, everyone else is giving gaps, but the one that doesn't, it's like, oh, I'm gonna break. So you're trying to get people to comply with you based off of force versus just like good nature. It's like if they didn't do it, they didn't do it. Not a big deal. Notice the black line of asphalt. Ooh, what do you think that is? Is that a tar snake? Yeah. So the tire probably got stuck a little bit in it. It kind of jostled them, made them mess up, and then went off to the side. Got to watch out for those tar snakes that are in line with you. The ones that are kind of like you're going this way and they're like this. Not a big deal. You kind of go over it. But if they're like in line with you, it's almost like a tram track, and that's not good. If it's oil, even worse. Like just like dripping oil from a car, that black line. So whenever I'm riding and I see any discoloration, so right now you see no discoloration. It looks all pretty uniform. And I talk about this when it comes to the body after a crash, is that, hey, this is what it's supposed to look like. If it looks different, uncommon thing in a common situation, right? So right here, if it looks pretty normal, that's good. And then all of a sudden you have this. Stay away from the abnormal stuff. Stay on the sides of it. Yeah, stay away from the abnormal stuff. And the left leg probably hurt. Knee caught. Yeah. So we're lane splitting. Well, filtering, everything's kind of stopped. Oh, we're just going to go ahead and pass on the right. Not very smart. People are going to be upset, but, I mean, you do you. Lane splitting here. Watch out for any cars wanting to switch into different lanes where you get cut off. Apply the brakes, find the escape. Handled it very well. Don't get mad. It's a big van. It's their lane until you want to share it. Watch out for any cars. Okay. Whoa, we're going pretty fast here. What's that sign say? Recommended 30 miles per hour, sharp left turn coming up. Ren, welcome. Welcome back. Five months. So we got a sharp turn over crest of the hill. That wasn't very sharp, but at least the sign tells you. Still got some turns coming up. we're gonna have a vehicle come out in front of us that didn't see us. We have a sharp right turn coming up. We're slowing it down. We have a possible deer crossings. Okay, we slowed it down before the turn. Oh, we started scraping. Very lucky no cars were coming. Very lucky no tree was there. Yeah, we're going over the crest of the hill. So going a little too fast. So we're coming up to here. We slowed down a little bit, but you can't see what's around this corner, and it's the crest of the hill. It looks like it drops off. You don't know how sharp this corner is. And we start scraping a little bit. And then we dump the bike. So low side, guys, just slow it down. There's no real reason to do that.
A little slippery there.
A little slippery. All right, passing here. Okay, you could probably do it. People are going to get mad. It is what it is. Really foggy out. Yeah. I usually try not to piss people off when I'm riding. There's no real reason to do that. What's up with everyone passing on the right? Oh, we're going to have some road rage stuff. I really don't care about that. Don't care about road rage. Here we go. Getting through here. We're going to have side of the vehicle or something. Line of sight issue. Oh, geez. Hey, we slammed the brakes, but the bike stabilized. That's good. That was a really big wide turn by that van. So what can we do differently on that one? We could probably not slam the brakes, just apply it. Because you'll actually stop sooner if you do good progressive braking versus slamming the brakes, because you're losing traction when you slam it, it starts sliding. The goal is to get traction, and that's what progressive braking will do. So instead of a panic, go ahead and squeeze, 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 squeeze. And if we have to, find that escape. Thankfully, it's just a close call, not a crash. All right, here we go. What do we got? What do we got? We're going to get off the on-ramp. Ooh, we got a dum-dum on that side. Why couldn't they just pass on from the left to the right? You know what I mean? They had to do stuff like that. So keeping your head on a swivel, paying attention to that, position yourself away from it so you have a space cushion is good. Oh, dogs like bikes. Hopefully it doesn't bite you. You got a treat? Got a treat? I don't hear any treats. Why does he go to that person, not the other bikers? It's probably because it's revving. He's revving the engine. Yeah, I was going to say revving the engine. Oh, dog just sitting there. Oh, jeez. Yeah, pay attention to what's in front. Like, that's the big thing. Dogs are fast. Yeah, get yourself out of there.
All right, so we're replacing his turn signals, and what is a little fucker? There are ants living inside.
Oh, that's not good. We're just gonna go ahead and skip that because I don't really care. Well, that was a quick and easy video. Thank you, MotoStars, for putting that out. How long ago? That was December 16th, 2022. Very interesting. But make sure you guys grab the drill booklet. It's 50% off right now. Links in the description. Just click it, add it to your cart. Instant 50% off. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next live stream. All right. Still 2-hour video or live stream. Oh. It's time for me to edit. That was a fun stream. Got a lot. Before you guys head out, though, hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes before you leave. I got to get going. I got to start working. I'm going to work out after I'm going to edit these videos. If you're a YouTube member, you'll get it early. Once I get it uploaded, I'll send it out to some of these to YouTube members. And then I'm going to go work out and get ready for tonight. And then today's my Friday, basically. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some filming. Hope you guys learned something today. I'll see you guys next week. Let's say some prayers for everyone that was involved in here, and Jude going through chemo. Just keep them in your thoughts. Just throw a thought out. It's good enough. God will take care of the rest. And I'll see you guys later.